So, Mama, what do we say we hate to do worse than anything? A freaking car vlog.
I know.
That's one of the last things we were saying last night, but here we are, half dark, in the rain, in the car.
I know it. It's not.
Oh, by the way,
Not entertaining.
hello there, YouTube.
Hi, everybody.
Well, hello there, YouTube. And as usual, which is almost a daily thing, well, in reality, it's every other day, but it seems like it's every day. She's raining. Me and Ma are heading to work. She's in there getting some, yeah, I think she needed a soda or something because we were out at the house. And I'm filling the old car up and we're heading to work. We're gonna start a new day. Soda water and some pepperoni sticks.
Yeah, except for she didn't give me my card back. No, I don't have it. Grab the soda and...
Well, we better go in here and get it for the next customer comes along. She probably left it sitting on the counter. Why are you so angry? Why? Man, when them things are unloaded like that, they can haul butt. It's scary how fast a semi-truck can go. Kind of trips you out. Like, dang, that ain't right for something that big to be able to accelerate like they can. Beautiful little hillside town of Kalama with the Columbia River right across from it. The town always reminds me of a coastal town. You'd think it'd be something like you'd see in Astoria, Oregon. But I guess being right on the river like that, the rivers used to have way, way, way more importance than what they did. Believe it or not, the Cowlitz River that's right around me, boats used to come up and down there all the time. In fact, the little town of Toledo used to have some kind of ferry or something. I want to say it was somebody exploring through there on a boat that founded the city, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember when I was a kid, before the mountain blew, the boats and stuff that used to come up and down the Cowlitz. I mean, some of those things were pretty big. In fact, the old bridge that they took down was actually a what do they call them when the whole center of the bridge lifts? There's a name for that. I used to know all the name of the bridges, and that's twice I've got them. Just one of those things you do when you're a kid. You don't use that information anymore, and you forget it. But anyway, I remember even when I first got my driver's license, having to wait for that bridge to go up and come down. Well, they've since knocked that bridge down and put another one there, and it's nothing big would go underneath that. I mean, it's got a pretty good hump in it, but none of the boats like what used to come through there would ever fit there nowadays. I think in our lifetimes that unless they went through some multi-bajillion-dollar dredging project, just nothing's going to go up and down there anymore. They don't do that for logging anymore. That was another thing. They used to float logs from the camps down the Cowlitz. I remember watching tugboats, with these great big huge flats of lumber, floating those things down the Cowlitz. It's amazing how things can make such a drastic change, and over as you go through your life, But it's just the way it is. Man, what a wet and nasty drive to work today. Ooh, baby. Alright, let's start my day here. There's a little woman heading in the store.
you filled it up.
Yeah, you were red. You were red there for a minute.
Not supposed to film on coughing it down.
Yeah, you got some little hay fever attack going on over
Yeah.
there. This is the back way out of Red Apple. Well, Madison, it's only you and I. Where's your sister and mama? Huh? Yeah, it's just Madison today. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, you're a good looking old gal. Where's your sister at, huh? Where's the psycho? Hello there, YouTube. How the heck are you today? You can see I still didn't get my hair cut.
I'm gonna cut his hair tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'd be a
I
cute
think she
little
said that
video.
last few days.
Well, tomorrow's my day off,
Oh.
so I can cut it.
Alright, you'll be all relaxed.
Yeah.
So Kelly, I always have a 1 gallon jug of water in the bedroom.
Drinks it
Yeah,
sideways.
just drink it right out of the jug, you know. And anyway, she's going, you always drink sideways, you know, out of the thing. I said, well, yeah, it's old habits. She goes, what old habits? I said, well, how the hell am I going to drink and drive and still watch the road while I'm swigging my damn beer?
I know it. He always does. He goes like this. He turns his head sideways and he drinks out the side. And it's like, why are you drinking that way?
Well,
Everybody.
put that big jug in front of your face. You can't see who's coming at you.
Well, it might be this little big old beakers.
Yeah, it could be my beak in the way, you know.
Yeah.
The bottle hits my nose or the jug or whatever. I'm just messing around. The look on her face when I said, well, how the hell is I supposed to drink and drive? I can't see down the damn road while I'm swigging my beer. I don't drink and drive. Shit, neither one of us drinking
I know it.
forever.
Oh, don't make me smile.
Anyway, just funny. Which kind of... I've just kind of been on this thing all day, this little mindset of...
I got an allergy thing.
Yeah, something's kicking her butt.
I'm sorry, guys.
Today. But it's kind of been a thing on my mind all day today for some reason. I was even talked about it a little bit driving down the road, you know, talking about the Cowlitz River, that when I'm on the motorcycle, it seems like everywhere I go around here, I'm either riding beside it, going across it. I mean, that thing snakes, it's like all encompassing, it seems like that damn river is. But I was talking about how, you know, that was a very busy river. And it's nothing more than, you know, Mount St. Helens, you know, ash, dredge, whatever, pumice, or not pumice, but whatever, all the mud that came down. But anyway, since that happened in 1980, the river's just gone just dormant, you know, just fishermen out there, and even that took a long time to come back. But how when I first moved here, how, you know, I remember even we'd go down, I remember my dad and I pulling up down there on West Side Highway and walking up on the bank, which I don't think it was big. I think they built that up for
they did after they had to dredge it. They built up the sides.
Yeah. But anyway, I remember, you know, we'd watch fishermen and stuff, and you see tugboats going down, you know, hauling logs and stuff. That, I mean, and in its history, you know, steamboats used to go up and down the thing, you know, hauling people and supplies and stuff like that. And it's weird to look out. There's no water in that bowl, and we thought that'd be a good idea to just leave the bowl empty so the dogs aren't drinking at it while we're talking. Sophie's having a cow over it.
Stop.
We'll get you some water here in a second. But anyway, just thinking about that made me think of other things, you know, like how different, you know, parents bring up their kids and stuff. When we were young, you know, it was very strict rules, and, you know, we had our chores and stuff like that, and you were brought up to respect, you know, your elders. Everything was yes sir, yes ma'am. And, you know, nowadays, you know, it's just an old Southern thing in me. Everything is yes sir, yes ma'am. And it's amazing how many people, well, this is more of a Northwest thing. You still, as far as I know, you still say it in the South. But up here, it's very offensive.
Yeah, they get very upset.
Yeah, especially to women.
Really
you go,
hard.
yes ma'am, and they go, I'm not a ma'am, you know.
Yeah. It's like,
do I look that old? And it's like, whoa, you know, calm down. That's a, you know, sign of respect. Well, not around here. You know, that's, you know, I'm not your grandmother type of thing. It's like, jeez, you know. But, you know, it's funny around here, too, is, you know, you see parents with their kids and you just let their kids scream bloody murder, talk back to them and stuff like that.
There wouldn't be a day.
You could be
My daddy would have whooped my hiney.
Yeah, you'd be right in the middle of a grocery store and get yourself laid out. And then there'd be 5 other parents going, you should have hit him harder, you know. Yeah. I mean, not in an abusive way, you know. I'm sure that kind of stuff went on, still goes on or whatever, but, you know, when you got in trouble, you got in trouble, you know, and you got corrected on the spot, you know.
Yeah,
if that was a swat in the ass or like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, your attention getter swat in the ass thing or whatever. It's not like you got backhanded or anything. You know, that's not necessary. No. But to just let the kids just scream bloody murder and talk back to you and call them names and everything else, and now we're gonna have a timeout here. Where it's like,
there's no timeout.
What?
Okay, yeah. Okay, my girl, not to get off subject. Okay, my girls, when they were little, they would do that little girls do that little screaming. Well, the boys did it too. Okay. My mama told me, okay, if they do this, it doesn't hurt them in the least, but it works like this. Squirt bottle. You're screaming, throwing a fit on the floor. It worked like that. Like that. Are you gonna scream again? Try it like maybe one more time. Squirt.
I remember the first time I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was Ashley. It was our only child at the time. She was 3 years old when our second child, and after that we had a little assembly line going on. Yeah. But I remember Kelly spraying her with a squirt ball. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here?
Hey, that was my mama's trick.
The look on her face, on Ashley's face, was just a utter shock. Of like,
I know it. Like, I mean, you didn't have to scream, holler. I said, knock it off. And they didn't. Squirt bottle right in the face. I mean, it will snap a child out of a fit in a heartbeat. Yeah. Or when, Ryan was horrible. He would do, because this was back in like the 90s. Okay, when it was all, you know, you cannot abuse your children. Yeah. Okay, well, you don't abuse your children anyway. Okay, but it was all over everywhere.
Yeah, you can't even swat them in the ass anymore.
Yeah,
or nothing,
not in a grocery store. You cannot discipline them. I mean, you would touch him. Don't beat me. Don't beat me.
And flounder on the floor.
Flounder on the ground.
Don't beat me anymore, Daddy.
I know it.
I'll be good. I'm like, I'm going to kill this kid.
Kill him.
He just laughs. Whenever we bring that up now, he knows.
Oh, he knows.
He laughs hysterically.
And he goes, and I remember you. I know it. He goes, Mama, I remember you, like when I would do that, because you grab a hold of him by the arm, and you go, we're going outside right now, and trying to be all politically correct, and I'm gonna get you in the car, and I'm gonna whoop your sorry little butt. I swear.
I don't know where I'm sure it's something on TV or whatever, and he's going, I know what I'll do. The next time they get on me in the store, I'm just gonna put on this little show,
or something, and you tell him no, and he starts to cry, and you go, knock it off, and throwing a fit like, you know,
and so you grab him by the shoulder and say, come on, let's go. And then after you would go put
drop to the ground.
Yeah. Don't beat me, and just people like coming from everywhere.
Don't beat me. Yeah. And you didn't touch him. And it's like, so hurt
if there's ever going to be child abuse, he's lucky that, you know, something in my head didn't snap and I had to kill that little bastard right there in the damn aisleway, you know.
I know. No wonder poor Kyle had, you know, anger issues with his little brother. I know it, because there would not be a day Kyle would ever do that. Yeah, which is, it's so funny. It's so funny how kids are so different.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, like your first, second, third, you're stricter, and by the time the fourth one comes, it's like, I don't care, just make him shut up.
Yeah.
Give him whatever. And that's our fault, you know.
Yeah, it's funny how with each kid you think, especially your second one, you think they're going to be exactly like the first one, and there's nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Not a single one is the same.
And then, you know, this little weird thing in the back of your head, you think the third one and fourth one, you know, whatever, how many, you realize real quick they are very, very different. It's amazing that, you know, these fundamentally different human beings that you produce, you know. They all have their own needs and special ways you gotta do everything.
How to handle everything. Yeah.
Anyway, it's been kind of the whole day's been kind of one of these things, you know, thinking about how things have, I don't know why, it was kind of quiet at work, so I had a lot of time to think about things, and I actually had time to answer some comments. I'm sure I shocked the hell out of a few people. But anyway, just it's been kind of in my head, you know, how things, we kind of ended up talking about kids and families and stuff, but, you know, just how things change, you know, how things that were normal when you know, when I was growing up, we were growing up, and how those things are gone. Just weird things like, you know, indoor malls were just like this crazy popular thing back in the 70s, and they seem to be making a comeback now, which is kind of odd. But it seems to me anyway. I mean, the malls that we've gone to are just like crazy. It's like, wow, this is like the way the malls used to be.
Yeah, because it went through that, like, it was crazy. You know, you went to the mall, and then all of a sudden, you know, it seemed like it was about a 10-15 year period where it was like really dying.
Yeah, a lot of them got knocked down, and the big mall they had there in Longview got knocked down. It was just an outdoor strip mall, whatever they refer to those things as. There's this one that we loved, which was literally the twin of the one in Longview, and in Portland, just up the road from where we lived in Southeast.
Eastport Plaza.
Mowed that sucker down. Now it's a huge Walmarts and it's like an outdoor strip mall kind of a thing. Is that what they call those strip malls? That's always referred to them as. But
yeah, that's what I call them, but I don't know what they're actually called.
And I think about that every time I go to that old Yardbirds thing. You know, we've drug you guys there a couple of times, and it's just got that old feeling. And there's a lot of that stuff. It's just like that whole place is like frozen in time. So it's kind of this weird time warp when you go in there. It's kind of nostalgic. A lot of that stuff is, you know, way, way beyond, you know, I mean, that's like stuff our, you know, grandparents, if they're still alive, would look at and go, oh yeah, I remember that. But,
yeah, it's like antique shop stuff, but it's like a nostalgia. It's just, because then we'll spot stuff and we'll go, oh, do you remember this?
Yeah, you'll see some game or whatever, or it'll remind you of like commercials you used to watch when you were a kid and stuff like that. You ever looked at up on YouTube, like, you know, commercials of the 70s, commercials of the 80s, 90s, whatever, and you're going, oh my god, I forgot all about those things. And it was like one of those commercials that like played every time you watched anything, you know.
Yeah, and now you see like those toys or those games, and it's like in an instant, you're back there.
But it's weird. It's just, I mean, it's just life, you know. Things change. Things that were normal and things that people do just falls out of favor when we move on to something else, you know. And now we're in this digital age, and everything is like live and instant, and but in a really, you know, I hear so many people say negative things. Everybody's with their face buried in their phone, and we're not talking to each other and stuff like that. I'm, you know, face to face, in person or whatever. I'm sure a lot of that's going on, but look how in touch we are with people. I mean, 10 years ago, if I told you, you know, I'd be sitting in front of a camera and I'm talking to people all over the world, and, you know, we're commenting and talking to each other and sending things to each other back and forth and stuff like that, you'd have thought, what are you talking about, you know?
Oh, I know it.
But anyway, I guess to summarize, I mean, there's so many things that in our lifetime we've seen that have come and gone. Things that were cool that aren't anymore, you know, some good wholesome things that are gone, but yet it's kind of being replaced with stuff that, you know, depends on your opinion, or, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. It's good thing, bad thing, or whatever. I have no complaints. You know, there's old things that used to be that, you know, I wish were still the same way, but everybody's going to do that. You know, when you live long enough, you know, you remember things being a certain way that you cherished, and that's gone, and you miss that. But again, you know, it's all relative. It's being replaced with other things that are really cool, and that's kind of where we're at now. So you just gotta go with the flow and enjoy life.
Yes.
Gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So
we do appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, I was going to say this is kind of one of those days that probably shouldn't have been a vlog, so this one just became just a
yeah, it was
our nighttime goodbye became our vlog of the day.
Yeah, we were just kind of rattling.
As you can tell, I start the day off with what's the worst thing ever, doing a car vlog, and that's pretty much all I had.
It was so
everything
nasty.
Was from the car, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Prior to everything was sitting in the seat of that car, and horrible rain and terrible driving conditions, and
it is just downpouring out there right now.
Think about all kinds of things too. Is it still?
Oh yeah, it's just dumping. Yeah, crazy. It's gonna be a flood in the field in the morning. Which
we're under a huge winter storm thing, but you got to be 4,500 feet or above. They're saying a couple feet or better tonight, so.
A couple of feet for snow, which means it's going to be
rain down here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lake, and every place I feed the horses is now going to be underwater.
Yeah.
So now I got to find a new place.
All right, we way need to.
Well, I can edit out your stuff and just leave my stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you for watching.
And I'm taking the day off with her tomorrow, so. We may be bums around the house. We may go somewhere. If it's nasty and rainy, we'll probably be bums around the house.
Yeah, and then we can sit there and rattle around some more.
Yeah, we might have to make our vlog the goodbye vlog.
Yeah.
As we refer to it. We just refer to it as the
goodbye.
Yeah.
We'll do several. We'll do little mini ones.
Yeah.
Of just rattling on.
Yeah, we're just going. I'm watching that clock. It's just going and going and going and going. I know. All the people watching now are all going like this, or laid back in their desk chair.
Okay, we cannot stay awake anymore. They won't shut the hell up.
They won't shut up.
All right.
Click unsub. I don't ever want to be notified again. No, please don't do that.
No.
If you enjoy these things, smash the old thumbs up thing.
Yes.
And if this is your first time coming across these crazy old people, I don't know why you would subscribe to this one, but
yeah,
if you want to see more, hit that sub button.
Yes, please.
So we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You guys have a good night.
Right. I'll see you now. Bye-bye.
Bye.